That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
Je décroche ou je décroche pas?
If you can truly place your faith in another, then
Je décroche ou pas? J'ai décroché.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Foiré de voix off.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Bonjour employé 87, veuillez appuyer sur 7 sur votre clavier. J'appuie sur 7 ou autre chose? Bon, en fait, autre chose, ça fait rien. J'appuie 5, 3, 2, 1. Non, ça fait rien, donc on va faire 7.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oui.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. In his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Ce cul pour regarder la télé.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Ah ça c'est cool. Oh, t'imagines, t'appuies sur 2, hop, il y a le dîner qui est prêt. C'est trop beau ça. Ça serait cool ça. Waouh, ça serait cool ça.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible
What?
paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Appuyez sur X pour ne pas vous poser la bonne question, la moindre question. Mais non! Je veux sortir! Ouvrez la porte de mon bureau!
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I
Bon, on est reparti. On a fait encore un reset. On a reseté la matrice. On est prêt pour y aller. Et nous voici dans la salle. On va aller à gauche. Bah si on avait été là.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, 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 ça
Stanley
s'ouvre.
stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Bah non.
There was nothing here, no choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Bah s'il n'y a aucune raison d'y rester, moi je vais y rester, hein.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
Le mec il s'en
Something
fait.
to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet buffet.
Le mec il s'en fait dans le placard à balai.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Bah ouais.
Why?
Exprès
Please
pour t'emmerder
offer me
en
some
fait.
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I
Ouais,
never
mais
would
c'est
have thought
cool.
to mention it.
Mais il est cool le placard à balai, il y a un balai et tout, et
Maybe
tout.
to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with
Comment il est
drugs.
méchant!
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Comment il est méchant! Où on peut
Coming to a
descendre?
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Bah non, on va descendre, parce que tout à l'heure on pouvait pas descendre.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked
Ah
down?
ouais?
Why did doors close automatically
Ça, j'avais
behind
déjà
him
dit.
wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't
Je
be
veux voir
real.
mes
And
pieds.
at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a
merde.
magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
Je
How
répète,
was he
hein.
remaining
La
so
drogue, c'est mal.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
I am okay.
I am okay. Non! C'était pas un rêve.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name
No,
is Stanley.
moi.
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
On était en train de tourner en rond en plus.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Hein? Mais non, c'est Stanley.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although
What?
she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He
What?
was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What? Ok. Normal. Tout à fait normal. Tout va bien. Tout est pour le mieux
All of his
qui...
co-workers, when Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
On va aller à droite.
This was... And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Bouton.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Donc on va aller à gauche, vu qu'il me dit d'aller à gauche.
Oh, no.
No.
No, it's to the right now. Stay.
Enfoiré. L'enfoiré. L'enfoiré.
No,
Ah
right. Why would I have ever said it
Méchante
was
voix
too
off.
late? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
T'es sûr? Donc tu pars là alors. Tu t'inquiètes, penser sombre, ça me fait peur. C'est quoi ce bordel?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay. From the top. When Stanley... Wait, what?
What?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted.
No!
The game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
Il y a trop de portes.
Something change. Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
J'ai rien touché.
A story somewhere or a... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
La 5, donc la 5 ça serait
I'll
ça.
say
Hein.
it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Ah, il redémarre. Non.
Yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
J'ai pas fait la 425, la 426 non plus. Peut-être c'est fermé.
Aha!
Ah
I
ah.
knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
On est où?
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Let's go back the other way and retrace our steps.
On vient pas de là, monsieur. Ça me plaît pas, ça. Il va y avoir des...
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
Bah moi non
Is this the
plus.
story?
Bah je sais
I
pas.
think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yes, je suis
Do you
d'accord.
remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Bah
Some
non.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
Ok, reboot. On va y arriver, on va y arriver. On va y arriver.